as a kid, we would take turns, because my grandparents couldn't take all four of us at once. That would be a little overwhelming. So we would take turns visiting them and spending the night for the weekend or whatever with our grandparents. And while there, a couple things would sort of at least get my attention. In my grandmother's den, she had pictures, and there was a couple pictures of Gary. So naturally, I would ask, who is that? And then she would tell me, that's your father, Gary. And as a kid, I'm like, okay, my dad is somebody else. Tell me about this person a little bit. And she was reluctant to give me much detail, but just say, oh, this is your dad. He lives in Canada or wherever, and that's it. And then occasionally, if while I was there, because she spoke to him frequently, apparently, and I learned this later on, if I was there when they were speaking, she would put me on the phone and let me talk to him. And it would never last for more than maybe 2 minutes, because as a young kid, I don't know what to say. You know, here's a voice that's just some adult voice to me. But the connection was, I know this is my quote unquote father. And he would just be like, hey, Richard, how are you? Are you behaving for your grandmother? That kind of conversation. There was no real emotional connection or anything. And then as a kid, I'd want to go out and play or do whatever, and then I'd get off the phone kind of a thing, and they would have their conversation. What I learned is over the years, she would always send him pictures of us, all the kids, so he could see what we looked like. She would tell him about us and how we're doing in school. So he was being kept up to date on us way more than we were on him. So there'd be times where a letter would come in from him, and she'd be reading it, and then she would share something with me about what's in that letter. And as a kid, again, very curious kid, I would look at the letter and I would look at things like, what's the date on the letter? Where is it from? Like on the postmark and that kind of thing. I would ask questions like, why is this name Willie Rex Long, for instance? And they would divert. When I say they, either he and or my grandmother, mostly my grandmother, would divert saying, well, he has to where he lives, and wouldn't give me much of a reason. And being a kid, it's easy to distract me. You want some food, you know, you want to go play a game or whatever. So I think they were successful at distracting me a lot on asking those questions.